Hello everybody, this is DeanoGTO, and today we're looking at the 100 subscriber replay competition. Bet you guys probably thought I'd forgotten about this, but let's get into the details here. So, first thing I want to mention is the contest is based off of whoever has the highest base XP in their match. So, what that basically means is that does not take into account like premium match, or no, not premium matchmaking, premium account, daily double, or personal reserves of any sort. It does not take into account any of that sort of stuff, just the raw base XP that you see in the team scores screen of of a replay that's uploaded to WotReplays. So let's see. And that's actually the second rule. The game must be uploaded to WotReplays and must be from patch 9.20.1. Partially because I don't have patch 9.20 anymore because I accidentally updated it without realizing and I forgot about it. So all replays must be from 9.20.1. Okay, so let's see. Send me an email with an appropriate subject, like 100 subs contest entry, as an example. And in the description of the email, put the link to the replay, which has been uploaded to WotReplays, your wargaming account name and server. Just make it easier to identify the different emails that have been sent. Let's see. Multiple entries are fine. Just send them as a reply to the previous entry, and I will count the latest entry that you've sent. So if you don't know how to do that there, I believe the way you do it is you go into your emails, you go to sent items, then you reply to yourself, and that will send me a second email, which will have come at a later time, and we'll keep it in like the same tab pretty much as the previous one that you sent. So instead of having like two replays sent by the same person, it will just be one replay, or it'll just be one tab sent by the same person on like my email account. So it's just to make it a bit easier to distinguish like who's who, if that makes sense. The contest will run for 2 weeks, and the email address to send it to is there, DeanoGTOreplays@gmail.com. And the reason it's run for 2 weeks is to give everybody as best chance possible to enter the contest. And as I mentioned earlier, make sure they upload the WotReplays. I won't accept replays that have not been uploaded to WotReplays for one reason. Photoshop, if I'm completely honest, is like the primary reason. So WotReplays is probably the only real way that I can guarantee that they are legit results. So yeah, Photoshop can be very convincing. So yeah, that's my honest reason for why I don't really trust actual screenshots of the result screens. So yeah, let's get on here. So the reason I've chosen to do this based off of the highest base XP is because, well, I thought about a couple of different ways of doing this here. First off, highest damage, but then I thought about, no wait, that would just give a huge advantage to the people who are playing tier 9s and 10s. Then I thought about what about like a damage ratio system, where like it's basically your health points, like it's basically how much damage you have done in comparison to your HP of the HP of your tank. So basically, if you did 1500 damage in a Cromwell, that would be a 2-to-1 ratio. Or if you did like 3000 damage in a mouse, that would be a 1-to-1 ratio. So the Cromwell would be the one who did better in that scenario. But here's the thing. I thought about it a little more. Artilleries and tank destroyers would be a huge advantage. Because artillery and tank destroyers have less health than their peers, and they also have the higher alpha, higher damaging guns. So it doesn't really seem like a good idea to do that, especially for artillery, because artillery with like 300 health, if an artillery with 300 health did 1500 damage, that would be what, like a 5-to-1 ratio? Yeah, that doesn't seem particularly fair. So I figured like this was probably the best way to do it. It's kind of boring to do off base XP, but it honestly levels the playing field between the different players and the different vehicles. Like honestly, I would say probably the best tiers to do this in would probably be between tiers 5 and tiers 8, or tier 5 and tier 8. And the reason I say that there is because that allows you to get XP from shooting things that are higher tier than you, whereas tier 9s and 10s are kind of limited in that aspect because, well, if you think about it, tier 10s are always top tier, so they don't get any XP modifier for shooting things higher tier than them. Tier 9s only have one thing that's a higher tier than them. So you could still try it in Tier 9s. Tier 9s still have a decent chance. Tier 10s, though, are going to struggle, in my opinion. But yeah, onto the actual prizes themselves. You can see them there, like where my mouse cursor is. So 4,000 gold for first, 3,000 for second, 2,000 for third, 1,500 for fourth, and 1,000 for fifth. I've decided to do it based off gold, because that allows people to choose what they want to do with that gold. So they could choose to get premium account, convert XP. They could choose to, what's the other thing? Wait for like a special event to come across, or to come. Like say as an example, tier 5 premiums going 50% off. That would allow the person in 5th and 4th. The 5th place person could get a tier 5 premium when they're 50% off. The 4th place person could get 2 tier 5 premiums if they wanted to, if they waited for the 50% event. Second place could get tier 6 premium if they wait for it to be 30% off. And first place could get, I think, a tier 6 premium and a tier 5 premium if they wanted to. As far as I've worked out, at least that's how roughly it would work out. I should just say though that I hope I haven't disappointed anybody with the prizes that I'm going to be sending out. There's a good reason for they're not as high as potentially you guys were expecting. I am a student. I do need to be very careful with the money that I spend and where I spend it. So hopefully this will suffice for now. Hopefully whenever I hit hopefully if I hit a bigger subscriber milestone, I won't be a student at that point in time. Or at least in class at that point in time. I would hope we will do something a little bigger. But yeah, for now this is the best I can do. So I hope it hasn't disappointed anybody. Pretty much that's the main point I want to get across. But yeah, the last thing I really need to mention is the time period for the contest, 2 weeks. So the closing time will be the 3rd of November, 23:59. So on the 3rd of November at 23:59, that is the closing date for the contest. Because as soon as it goes past 23:59, that is considered the 4th of November. So yeah, get them in before then, and you should be perfectly fine in terms of getting your gameplay looked at and getting considered for the prize. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I really need to go over. So good luck to everybody in this replay contest, and thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.